All right, everybody, we are here at, what are we at? We are at week 5 of our second half of our composition course. And for this week, we finish our fiction section on fiction and prose, and that is with Ursula K. Le Guin's Those Who Walk Away from Omelas, a science fiction-y sort of dystopian future kind of a story. And Le Guin died recently, within the last few years, I believe. So the biography in the book in Backpack Literature shows her born 19, I believe it's 29, and doesn't have an end date yet, but just know that she is dearly departed as of the last few years. And that's going to conclude fiction prose with that symbol chapter. That is the chapter in which the Le Guin story is situated. And after that, we have poetry, 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 and finally a play, the Christopher Marlowe's Dr. Faustus, for your final MLA Research Literary Analysis assignment. On that, your instructions for that assignment are now posted in Blackboard. It is in the Essay Writing Materials folder. Click inside, and the new, I believe it's the third from the top attachment, it'll say MLA Literary Analysis instructions, okay? And inside I give you the thesis question. I give you guys like a question prompt to kind of help you form your thesis. It has to do with the idea of salvation as demonstrated, as discussed in the play. And my question basically for you all, your thesis should be an answer to the question, in terms of the play, what Marlowe seems to be going for here, in terms of what we know about the character of Dr. Faustus, is salvation attainable in Faustus's case? Now, we know that he makes a pact with the devil. He signs his name in blood. That's actually in the part in the textbook that you guys need to focus on primarily. That's Act 2, Scene 1. He writes his name in blood to ensure the legitimacy of his pact, of his contract. But before that, we have the good angel and the bad angel on either shoulder, vying for his attention. The good angel saying, hey, it's not too late, it's not too late. Turn back, repent, redeem yourself. Okay? And the bad angel says, nah, buddy, you've come too far, too late. Okay? Later on in the play, too, and again, you guys should read the whole play for full context. And I gave you guys the link for that at least last week, maybe another week before that. I gave you guys the link in Project Gutenberg. You could do a quick Google search, Dr. Faustus by Christopher Marlowe, and you should see the Project Gutenberg version. Click that and click the HTML read only, or read this text, and it'll pop up for you. But as I was saying, we know by the end of the play, Faustus does not get to turn back. He's gone too far, okay? And he admits it. He's gone too far. He tries to run away. He tries to get out of his promise with Mephistopheles and Lucifer. But no. You got that 24 years of pure, unalloyed freedom, ultimate power, whatever you want. But in exchange, your soul is mine. Because after all, what does the devil want? As we see in the play, the devil just wants to keep accruing souls to increase his rank, to increase his number in hell. Okay? So go ahead and look at the instruction sheet and start pondering that notion of salvation. This is going to be a theme analysis, okay, your final essay. So everything you guys learned about in theme in the first half of the book, in the fiction section of the book, and the thematic elements you're going to be looking at in some of the poems we have for this week. So keep theme in mind going from now till the end of the term. Speaking of poems, we have a nice little array of poems, and I think that's all we're going to be able to get to. Now, of course, you have your analysis on Edgar Allan Poe's Annabel Lee, which will be due at the end of Thanksgiving week, the Sunday after of the week of Thanksgiving. But before that, we're just going to have a chance to read some poems. I think I have 5, 6, 7, 8 perhaps poems. I can't remember off the top of my head for you guys to read. Everything from a Shakespeare sonnet 18, as compared to a kind of reimagining of that sonnet in modern day vernacular. Also, some other, at least one other modern poem as of 2001. There's Yusef Komunyakaa. That's a relatively recent poem. But I also have a fair share of, let's say, 16th to 19th century poems as well. John Donne, Robert Browning, things like that. So I try to give you a wide array of different times, different voices, different genre, etc. Because we're not going to get a lot of time to really dive into poetry to the degree that I want to. So I'm kind of immersing you guys as much as I can in the short supply that we're able to do for our abbreviated quarter here. So get those poems read. They're all listed in the announcement this week. I think you have 3 questions for the Logan short story. I believe it's questions 4, 5, and 6. And then each poem, I give you 1 question for each poem. So I think in total you guys have 10 questions this week. So it's a lot of reading, but you don't have so many questions to answer per poem. Okay, you do have to read the poems carefully. I did select the questions in terms of you needing to have a comprehensive kind of at least baseline understanding of the poem. Okay, so no cutting any corners. Let's get this done. By Wednesday of this week, your discussion board closes. And reminding you on that was for the 3 stories we read for last week. Borges, The Gospel According to Mark. That was the setting chapter, tone and style. It was Hemingway's A Clean, Well-Lighted Place. And then chapter 6, theme, Chinua Achebe's Dead Men's Path. Okay. So I will be looking at that. I have your first analysis essays to get back to you on Virginia Woolf's A Haunted House. Expect those to come back by the end of the week, okay? And anything you want to start running by me in terms of that final essay, which is due December the 9th. That is the Sunday. That's the end. So you guys have a little under a month to crank out this essay. Start doing some research. Hopefully you've read the play. Of course you've read Act 2, Scene 1 by now in Backpack Literature. And that's the primary focus, okay?